Ladies and gentlemen, my name is
Scott.
Hey, yo. Is that his younger brother? It's gonna be
Jef.
The cream will rise to the top. Oh, yeah.
And you're listening to
all of the great action figures from our good friends at Hasbro.
The Fullyposeable.
Have your own WrestleMania with all your favorite figures.
Wrestling Figure
He's sold separately from LJN.
Podcast.
And we are the Mount Rushmore of professional wrestling.
Hey, welcome to episode 543 of the Fullyposeable Wrestling Figure Podcast, longest running episodic wrestling figure podcast going today. My name is Jef, and sitting alongside next to me is my real life brother, not storyline brother, Scott. Scott, say hello.
Hello.
Scott, what is going on, dude?
Well, first off, I want to say happy Pride Month to all who celebrate, and happy Father's Day to all who celebrate.
Everybody gets a celebration.
It's going to be a little bit different this year, Jef. Obviously, for us, losing dad in January, kind of a different flavor to Father's Day this year, but we're going to make the best of it. You and I and Alana and Mom are going to go have barbecue on Sunday. Mm-hmm. And Shannon and Peyton are going to be on their way to Palm Springs for Dance Nationals because those pricks at Dance Nationals like to schedule things where you need to leave on Father's Day to attend. So I won't be going this year. Don't have the time off to do it. They're going to be gone from Sunday to Sunday. So also one less mouth to feed. It kind of works out, but I can watch it on their live stream. But yeah, it's going to be kind of a quiet Father's Day, a little bit different, but I'm excited to celebrate it with you and Mom and Alana.
Yeah, like you said, it's going to be a little bit different. This will be the very first Father's Day that I did not celebrate it with Dad. Usually it was Dad wanted lamb or Dad wanted
you said it wrong.
Dad wanted lamb. Backstory to that is that's how Dad said it down at the Duck Club, and
he liked to dress it up, put a little cursive on it.
Exactly. Our older brothers made fun of him because of it. We had no clue because we were never down at the Duck Club, but apparently they told us about it at Christmas one year. But yes, it's going to be a little bit different. But like you said, we're going to make the best of it. We're going to go have some barbecue, kind of still keeping in the tradition of Dad. Dad always wanted lamb, or tri-tip. That was always a popular one that Dad would always ask for. Ribs as well. Ribs also. So,
and Dad he was a mean pit master, dude. He could barbecue like nobody's business.
Yeah, he was pretty good at it. So in the fine tradition of celebrating Father's Day, we will be having barbecue in Dad's honor.
Yes. And I was able to celebrate my Father's Day a little bit early with the girls. The other night, it was Tuesday night. Shannon picked up burritos on her way home from work. So we had burritos. Alana came over. So we ate burritos. And afterwards, they gave me my gifts, which Peyton got me the WrestleFest Chalkline hooded sweatshirt.
Oh, whoa. Nice.
And Alana got me a New York Yankees band for my Apple Watch in black.
Oh, that's right. You got an Apple Watch. I forgot about that.
I did. And so she got me, I'd been looking at Yankees bands too, but I hadn't seen this one. I had been seeing some kind of cheesy looking ones. And I was like, I'll wait and see if there's something else. And so she showed me, it hadn't come in yet because Fanatics is being slow. Won't be here till next week. But yeah, she got me a black, I don't think it's leather, whatever that material is on the watch band, but it's black and it's got the NY logo on it. Love it. It looks great. And then we watched Michael.
The Michael Jackson movie that just came out in theaters?
Yes.
And?
Oh, I loved it, dude. I mean, look, they were there to pick the flowers, not the weeds, right? So, and I don't want to spoil anything for anybody, but there's most likely going to be a sequel, and no, Michael Jackson doesn't come back from the dead and start haunting people with a Thriller dance for real. It does cut it off at a certain point in his life. So I don't want to spoil too much. It's not the full thing. Because, dude, we were like an hour and a half in, and I'm like, if they're going to finish this life story, they're going to have to like hit the fast forward button. Mm-hmm. And they don't finish the entire story. It cuts off at a very logical point where you don't want to pick the weeds, and I'll leave it at that. Mm-hmm. So aside from that, I loved it. I thought the kid that played Michael Jackson did an outstanding job. Helps he has the Jackson blood in himself. A nephew of Michael Jackson. It totally makes sense. But, you know, people were like, oh, nepotism, whatever. No, the kid knocked it out of the park. He was outstanding. It brought back a lot of good memories of watching all of that. I mean, we watched the world premiere of Thriller when it happened. So watching all of that again, his Grammys performance. So fun fact, I sent Michael Jackson a fan mail back in the year he won the Grammys, all those Grammys, like 9 or 10 Grammys, whatever it was, 83, I think. I sent him a fan mail and I drew a picture of Michael Jackson on a piece of binder paper landscape with his face in the middle and then all of his Grammys. It was just his face. And then all around his face was his Grammys.
Oh, I never knew this.
Yeah. And I don't even know how mom found the address to send it to the fan club or whatever. And so I sent off this letter to him. It was a picture. And I think I wrote something down like, I'm a huge fan, blah, 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 blah. I have your glove. I have your dolls. We bought the LJN dolls. We had all the outfits for them.
Yep.
Fast forward to 1989, Jeff, and I get a letter from the Michael Jackson fan club thanking me for submitting a mail to the fan club.
Oh,
and it was basically an invitation to join the fan club. But that was my response like 6 years later.
They were shilling the fan club.
Yeah. Like, hey, thanks for the mail. Now become a member. It was pretty funny, dude. So yeah, that's my Michael Jackson fun fact.
But did you tell the kids that we actually saw Michael Jackson at Disneyland?
Yes, because Peyton goes, didn't you meet him? And I go, no, we did not meet him, but we witnessed the full pandemonium that was Michael Jackson, even in 1993.
Yep. And the backstory to that is we were on Splash Mountain, and as you come around the bend, we saw these arms and flash bulbs. Yes, flash bulbs go off. And we were actually talking to a couple in front of us that were from Canada or something like that.
Yeah.
And we asked them, we're like, oh, what was that all about? And they're like, oh, Michael Jackson's in the park. And we're like, oh, crap, we had no idea.
Yeah, and we were huge Michael Jackson fans. And I mean, you've seen me around wrestlers way back when, you know, freaking out and wanting to run again. So like my markdom like starts rifling through my body and it's just like, you need to go see him. You need to go see him. So yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
So we go through the ride on Splash Mountain. We get on the boat, go through the ride. At that time, what you had to do is you had to go buy pictures of you going down the drop at Disneyland on Splash Mountain.
Yeah, we didn't have to. You had the option of,
Yes, thank you. Well, I went up to the people and I was like, hey, can I buy the Michael Jackson picture where he went down the drop? And they looked at me and they're like, no, sorry, it's only your boat. And I was like, I've never heard of that before. I could have just said it was picture number 9299, you know, whatever.
Keep bringing them up until it's the right one. Yeah, that's the one I want to buy.
Right. Tradition was that would always be the last ride of the night was Splash Mountain. We would always kind of end the night with that. So as we're walking out, I even asked a Disneyland security person, hey, have you seen Michael Jackson? He's like, no, scram kid. He didn't say scram kid, but he goes, no, like
beat it, Mark.
Keep it moving. Well, as we're walking down Main Street, exiting Disneyland, we see this huge crowd like gathered between these two shops. And in between these two shops is an ice cream shop, but there's like an opening of seating and all that stuff. So all of us, you, Dave, Franco, and I were like, Michael Jackson's right there. Mm-hmm. So we ran over. Franco and I jumped up on a bench. You were up on a garbage can. Dave is like 6'7", so he's 7'6", so he's looking over everybody. Yeah. But I remember somebody was standing on a garbage can. I can't remember if it was you, me, or Franco.
Somebody was up on a light post too.
We're standing there, and here comes Michael Jackson. He walks right between the two shops. Bunch of security in front of him, but like clear as day because we were all elevated. We saw Michael Jackson right there at Disneyland.
Yep. Got to see him. They actually had emptied the stores out so he could go in and not be bothered. And he had all his security and everybody with him. And Disneyland security's trying their best to wrangle the crowd. Yeah. It was, I mean, it's exactly what you see in the movie in some parts with people just freaking the F out that Michael Jackson was there. And there's people crying and there's people screaming. And it was insanity. And it was such a cool thing to be a part of because unless you lived through it, that era of Michael Jackson, I mean, like Hulk Hogan is like the biggest thing in our world that we talk about, right? In wrestling. But worldwide, there was nothing bigger than Michael Jackson in the 80s, especially the early 80s. It was his world and we were all just living in it.
By the way, you were the one crying and Dave was the one weeping and all that stuff.
Fainting.
Franco and I were looking at you guys going, what a bunch of marks.
Look at these filthy ass marks.
Exactly. This show's going to be a little bit on the shorter side. We're going to be wrapping it up after the news. If you guys want to get any of our shirts, head on over to Pro Wrestling Tees or whatamaneuver.net. You guys know where to follow us on all the social medias. For podcasts, head over to Podbean. You can go all the way back to episode 1 or just pick a random one and just listen to that one. Please rate, review, and subscribe on iTunes, of course. And you can send us any audio questions, or anything else at all. Send on over to Fullyposeable, WFP, at gmail.com. Scott, similar to JT this week, it's trivia.
Okay.
Hey, Jeff and Scott, JT here. I hope you boys have, or if you are reading this after Father's Day, had a good Father's Day. We will be making sure that Scott had a great one.
Thanks, dude.
I got some baseball trivia for you boys. This is going to work similar to how I ask my wrestling questions, but instead of action figures, the second question will be based on baseball video games. I'm here for this.
Okay.
Question number 1. In 2005 and 2006, the Phillies went back-to-back winning the Home Run Derby. Which 2 players helped this accomplishment? Bobby Abreu and Chase Utley, Jim Thome and Ryan Howard, Bobby Abreu and Ryan Howard, Uncle Phil and his nephew Will Smith.
That's great. That's going to be Abreu and Howard.
Wait. Let's not knock out option D of Uncle Phil and Will Smith. I
mean, Uncle Phil could rake, dude. He was quite a hitter in his day. He shredded the ball. You see what I did there?
I see what you did.
See what I did there?
I know that answer as well. You are correct. I don't even need to look at the answers because it's down below, but we'll get to that in a sec. Question number 2, true or false? RBI Baseball 1 through 3 was made for Nintendo Entertainment System.
1 through 3. I'm going to say true because we had that for all the systems or for the Nintendo.
For the Nintendo, we
and
did.
Then I think when they did RBI later on, it ended up coming out for the Genesis or something.
RBI, or did it go out to the Super Nintendo?
Or was it the first 2 were on the Nintendo and the third one was on?
That's what I was about to say. The third one was on Genesis or Super Nintendo.
I remember them on the Genesis.
Yeah.
RBI 1 would have been, because they made that kind of crappy Major League Baseball game first.
Yes.
That was, I want to say 87. And then RBI would have been, I think, 88. RBI 2 would have been 89. And then 90 was like, that was the big Genesis launch.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one. That is a good question. Do we have an option A, B, and C and D instead of true or false?
No, I'm tempted to say false because I remember RBI 1 and 2 on Nintendo. I thought
yes.
I'm with you. I thought 3 was on Genesis or Super Nintendo.
But I don't think they would have left Nintendo out in the cold. I'm going to say true that it came out for Nintendo, but it also came out on the Genesis.
All right, I'm going to go false.
So it was cross-platform. Okay, cool. So we're different on that one, but I want to say it became cross-platform.
Okay. Answer C. I know you are probably familiar with him, Scott, since you are a bit of a Yankee fan, but it did surprise me that Bobby Abreu was once on the Phillies, and I found this out via the best baseball game of all time, MVP Baseball 2005. He's right. MVP Baseball 2005, best baseball game of all time. Like if you put a Mount Rushmore of baseball games up, MVP Baseball 2005 is on that Mount Rushmore. Underrated Tony La Russa.
Total. I was just going to say that, dude. Yep.
Tony La Russa was also an underrated one.
Because you could control your bullpen. And I thought that was just amazing that I could warm guys up and bring in guys from the bullpen after they warmed up. I was like, this is incredible. I love Tony La Russa baseball.
Okay. Question number 2. True. Very good, Scott. There is an RBI Baseball 4, but it was made for the Sega Genesis. So I thought 3 was on Sega. Okay.
So I was right, but I was wrong. I thought 3 is when they started cross-platforming it, but it was number 4 that they did that.
Man, JT, great job this week, man. Good job on the questions.
Yeah, and Bobby Abreu, one of those guys that kind of flies under the radar. Great hitter. Great hitter. I loved when he was on the Yankees. We had a 4-game series against Boston in Boston. I want to say it was in 2006. And we swept him because of Bobby Abreu's bat. Incredible player. Loved that guy. I wish he could have stuck around till 2009, got himself a ring.
Actually, it almost seemed like after he did that home run derby, his career just kind of dropped a little bit after that.
He was good for the Yankees. But he was better on the Phillies, I think.
Oh, yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
Scott, did you pick anything up?
I did. Let me see. Hold on. Did I order anything? I did not. I did not order anything. Did I tell everybody about the ballers that I picked up? The 2 ballers that I did not.
No.
Okay, I should have told this story last week because I had gotten them early last week. But Peyton and I are at Target, and they had the Ballers, the new WWE Ballers, which I wasn't going to get them. But then when you're there and they're in front of your face, it was one of those game time decisions it ended up being. And I was like, you know what, Peyton, just pick me out 2. They're $10, whatever. So she picked me out 2, and she goes, who do you want? And I go, I want Rhea Ripley or CM Punk. And she goes, okay. And she's like holding them, and she grabs some other ones. She's holding them. She's shaking them. And she's like, okay, I think you'll get at least one of them in these 2.
She's doing the great Karnak.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. She's holding it up to her head, blows it open. We get to the car. She's like, can I open them? Because she was super excited. I'm like, yeah, open them up. First one she opens, Gunther.
Dope.
Second one she opens, Cody Rhodes.
That's not bad.
So needless to say, Peyton's a free agent if you need somebody to go pick out ballers for you, because I fired her on the spot. Couldn't take that kind of incompetence in my organization.
Didn't need that negativity in my life.
I didn't. I really didn't. So yeah, she's a free agent. If you need somebody to pick your ballers at Target, take Peyton. But if you wanted to be correct, pick another one.
Or take Norm. Norm got the rare one. I think there's a John Cena, like 1 of 250.
Oh, he got that one?
He did.
Holy crap. How many did he buy?
That I don't know. He took a picture.
Okay.
He's like, guys, I got it. Like, he sent a picture over in our group text with GBM, and he's like, guys, I got it. He was so stoked about it.
That's awesome. And I will say I do like them. I think that they're pretty cool. They're, as you call them, Jeff, desk displays, kind of like how we used to call desk displays like the Eagle Moss back in the day.
Yep.
These are great. They do have some articulation on them, so you can kind of move them around a little bit. And they come with a sticker specific to the wrestler. And they come with like a little card with the figure on it. And then it has their name on it. So you can kind of like set it up so that you have the figure and then the sticker in front of them and then the little placard of who it is. So, when people come up to your desk, they're like, oh, what's this crap? Well, that's Gunther and that's Cody Rhodes. Do you read? So you can kind of give them a little bit of shit back. But yeah, no, I dig them, dude. And I'm probably going to get a couple more.
This past week, I got the Yokozuna Street Fighter figure, and I got the Ultimate Warrior as Blue Blanca.
Oh, nice.
Have not been able to find Dominic Mysterio.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go, listeners. If anybody spots him, hit Jeff up.
Well, let's see if my foodie coworker Eric can spot him out and about. But
that dude comes through.
But they have struck out. They see, when I say they, the coworkers are seeing Blanca, Ultimate Warrior as Blanca, and E Honda, aka Yokozuna. They've seen those figures, but man, it seems like that Dirty Dom is getting scooped up pretty quick.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Dom's over, brother.
But I did get those. And that's about it. Like, trying to save some money, helping mom out with a couple of things, trying to get her house cooled down. Summertime is not friendly in that house. So
I remember.
I'm doing some things to try and get that house cool without having to fork out 15 to 20K for AC. So
Gotcha.
So just trying some things. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, then 15, 20K, here we come for AC.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things like living in the Bay Area, you don't need it often, but when you need it, you need it.
Yeah.
And Eddie, my coworker, my co-host on Drunk Wrestling History back in the day, he added AC to his house, and he said it's one of the best decisions he ever made.
Yeah.
Because, he loves climate control anyway. He loves it. So when it gets super warm, he just closes everything up, cranks on the AC, and he's a happy camper. So yeah, it does pay off, dude.
I get it. July 25th, Fullyposeable YouTube channel. We are going to be doing a live with Sean Ng from KWK. We are going to have some special guests. We will let you guys know when those special guests are announced. But that is July 25th for the KWK Con. Comic is spelled KOMIC, and con is KON.
The KWK Comic Con.
Exactly. That is July 25th. We'll let you know the time as we get closer. All right, let's jump into those pre-orders. For Collect Major, we told you about Tommy Dreamer. That figure is ready to ship. Raven as well. That will be shipping in July. Sabu, we told you about last week. That's going to be in August. And they just added this past week, Kerry Von Erich in red. That is red packaging. And Kerry Von Erich in red. That's a big rubber guy, Kerry Von Erich. That is going to be shipping in, Scott, remind me, was that August?
The Kerry Von Erich?
Yeah.
I believe it is. and you can pre-order it until it's sold out. So it's not one of those limited 1 month pre-order runs that they do. This one is pre-order until it sells out. And this is Kerry in his Hasbro look. And Jeff, I just want to point out, it was brought to my attention earlier by the great Steve Hoker that Sabu is now in stock over at major.com. It was supposed to be August. Guess they got him early. So he's in stock now, ready to go. Perfect.
Can't wait for that. Also, the 2 new Macho Mans as well over there. Pre-orders up on Big Bad Toy Store for Boss Fight Studios, Solaire, and Ultimo Dragon. That is available at Big Bad Toy Store, as well as the Playmobil stuff for the first Raw set on Netflix, Attitude Era set, and the Rock Monster Truck. That is Playmobil at Big Bad Toy Store. Mouthful there.
It is a mouthful.
Man. Hassle Toy, the Quebeccers with glasses and extra hands. That is up over at Grapplers and Gimmicks or Hassle Toys. Just do a Google search.
Let's get those Rougeos up, please.
And KWK, we were just talking about him. The June pre-orders are the Fantastics with the US tag titles. Does come with a Fantastic sticker. I am so excited about those figures. The excitement was already high for the Fantastics.
Yes.
Then it just went over the edge.
Yep. And he put those red USA tag titles with them. And it's like, oh, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. Plus, there's 3 different looks of the Fantastics, different colors. If you go onto YouTube, Jeff, and you search UWF Wrestling full episodes, there are UWF Wrestling full episodes that somebody made a playlist of like 44 of them.
Oh, whoa.
Yes. Now, some of those 44 are individual matches, so they go quick, but the Fantastics are in like every single one of them.
Do they ever come over with the USA tag titles?
No.
Okay, they weren't cross.
No, they were not cross promoting yet. This was early 87. Like, honestly, it starts in January of 87.
Okay, gotcha.
And it's actually in like sequential order. At least the ones I was watching last night, I watched like 2 or 3 of them. They start off in early January 87, and the tag titles are vacant. And they're going to do a tournament for the tag titles. Like, that's the episode that I'm starting to watch now as they start the tag tournament.
Oh, nice, dude.
Yeah. Which, spoiler alert, Terry Taylor and Chris Adams win the tag titles.
It's well deserved.
Yeah. I don't know. Whatever happened to that Terry Taylor guy, I wonder right after that.
Nothing.
Yeah, I don't want to be Mr. Perfect. Give me that rooster gimmick.
Allegedly, I can't remember what what's his name that sits next to Vince and Triple H?
Pritchard?
Yeah, I can't remember if he was supposed to get the Mr. Perfect thing or they were already having it for. I can't remember that, but
funny you mentioned Pritchard. He's one of the announcers on UWF. I did not remember that.
Really?
Yes, he's one of the announcers. He's like one of those interview guys.
Interesting.
Yeah, so Jim Ross is your main play-by-play guy. Michael Hayes rides alongside for color. And then when they have like side interviews or whatever, it's Pritchard doing it. How far he's come, right? In like 40 years.
Man, failing up. Good job.
Way to fail up.
Way to
kiss so much ass that you end up at a pretty sweet job 40 years later. Good for that guy, man.
I know. He's making his nut. All right. By the way, speaking of that, Beavis and Butthead season 3 is out on Paramount and it is fantastic. So
nice. We're catching up. We watched a few episodes the other night.
On season 3?
No. Still season 2.
Okay. Okay. Now you piqued my curiosity. Which episodes did you watch?
Butthead kept hitting Beavis in the nuts and he would say something.
Oh God.
What did he? Take a bow.
Yeah, take a bow. Yeah.
That was the episode we watched. And then Beavis is in the hospital because his balls are like throbbing because Butthead keeps smacking him in the nuts, say, take a bow. And then Jesus's angel goes back up to heaven and says that he saved Beavis. And God goes, well done, take a bow. And he hits the angel in the nuts. So good. That was the episode that we watched.
Oh, fantastic. All right. Companies are already starting to show off their San Diego Comic-Con, and we'll start off with Jada Toys. Their San Diego Comic-Con is a Street Fighter pack where it comes with defeated head sculpts for all 19 characters. So there's Dhalsim, there's Ken, Ryu, Guile, all come with defeated faces.
So they're not selling the figures.
It's just the heads and the hands.
that you can just take and pop onto your figure that you already have. So you're not having to buy a whole new figure. This is a great idea to give the crowd what they want. Give them head. Just like Al Snow said.
Like Al Snow said. Exactly. So that is going to be Jada Toys San Diego. That's going to be part of their San Diego Comic-Con. I don't know if it's their main San Diego Con giveaway.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But anyways, that's part of their San Diego Comic-Con.
Very cool set. Great idea.
Excellent idea. I love it. It gives people the option to set up Street Fighter stages and all that stuff and kind of
absolutely
have to stuff.
Yep.
Big Shot Pillow Buddies. Get bigshots.com. Danhausen in Nick's colors. Danhausen will be in the blue and the orange, and he's got a tooth on the chest. That is Danhausen in Nick's colors.
Congrats to all the Knicks fans out there, man. I'm not a big basketball guy, but I'm always happy when I see just the joy permeating from a city and a fan base. So good on the Knicks, man. Long time coming for those fans out there. So good for them. And a huge parade today too. It kicked ass.
Yep. I still love that they won't give credit to Danhausen for winning, but he uncursed them and they only lost one game after April 29th. They won the championship on June 12th. So, check that, June 13th. I mean, the fact that they only lost one game in about a 2.5 month span, including a championship, dude, that's great. Like, it's ridiculous that Danhausen just uncurses. Somebody paid him human monies and he uncurses them. And then all of a sudden they go on and win the championship. It's just fantastic, dude. I love it. I wish he was at the parade. That would have been great if he was there.
Well, he made a fan in me because he cursed the Vegas Knights and they lost.
Yes.
So I'm a big Danhausen fan now, but to Big Dave, sorry, man. Big Dave's a Spurs fan. He has been since the 90s, not a bandwagon jumper. It sucks for Big Dave, but I am super happy for the New York Knicks fan base.
Yes, absolutely. And Rucker was crying.
Oh, I love that. Hey, I get it, dude. I get it. When the Sharks win their first cup, that's going to be me.
I can say that because Rucker was out at a bar when they won and his girlfriend took a picture. I shouldn't take a picture, but took a video of him kind of weeping a little bit and he got misty eyed. And
I get it, dude.
It's cool. It's cool.
I love it. Yeah, that's the definition of a true fan right there. I love that.
Scott, this just popped up right prior to recording. Latoonie, I guess they got their hands on Rick Martel.
They did. So you can expect all sorts of Rick Martels coming from them. The good news is, Jeff, their WrestleMatic series, of which you ordered a Tito. Mm-hmm. Is that correct? Chances are good there's going to be a Rick to go with it. So you'll have almost Hasbro style Strikeforce. So
what look of Rick Martel? Will they touch the AWA look?
Why not?
Because Latoonie is that group that will go outside the box. They will take a chance and throw something at the wall. See Tito Santana, that Tito Santana kind of like that BRG that they're coming out with.
Yep.
They think outside the box. What look could they go with that would be thinking outside the box with Rick Martel?
Well, that's the thing is nobody has touched Martel, AWA Martel since Remco. So you've got to think the AWA Martel's coming. And you know what? It wouldn't surprise me if they did a WCW TV champion, Rick Martel.
Oh,
because nobody's really done that look either. So those are two I think you can expect from Latoonie.
He was in Canada prior to AWA, right?
Correct.
Maybe they'll go back to a Canada look. Maybe they'll get a test shot, or maybe they'll get a photo of him in Canada. May go back there, but you are correct that Tito Santana that came out last year with the purple shirt, he was in Strikeforce gear. They got Rick Martel. They've got to push. Maybe they'll put them two together.
You got to think that's the move, dude. You got to complete your tag teams.
But as far as a big rubber guy or what they'll think of outside of the box for their big rubber guy kind of series, it's going to be interesting to see what look they go for.
Yeah, I would love to see an AWA Martel. The only thing is I don't think they do titles. I don't recall any titles on their figures.
No.
And I think the AWA title is licensed to WWE. So I don't think they'd be able to use that. They could do something kind of like what Sean's doing, where you take like an inspiration, right? They could do something like that, but they have not made a belt yet. And I don't know that Martel would be the first one they would want to throw that on. But I mean, if they're going to do an AWA Martel, it makes a lot of sense to throw the belt on them.
That's one thing I like about Latoonie. And I keep saying this over and over. They think outside the box.
They really do.
they're not afraid to take a risk on something like that. Tito Santana, it made, a lot of people don't remember Tito Santana and that look, but Latoonie is like, you know what? Screw it. Let's try it.
Mm-hmm.
So I give him a lot of credit for stepping outside the box.
I agree, dude. I love it. I absolutely love it. And you've got to think if they still have Tito under a deal, you're going to start wanting to produce Strikeforce. So they've got the LJN inspired ones. They've got the Everest series. You could get Everest series Strikeforce. How incredible would that be, dude?
Oh, dude, I would be in on it.
Especially if they had jackets.
Yes. If they have jackets, I'm all in.
Absolutely.
And on top of that, Rick Martel is now doing cons. Okay, hold on. He's doing his second con in Minneapolis for WrestleCon.
Yes.
So Rick Martel is starting to kind of maybe venture out. Maybe he's starting to kind of get that. Maybe he saw from that con he did in New York or whatever, the big event. Maybe he saw like how in demand he was.
Yeah.
And, he probably is like, well, that was a nice little payday for meeting some fans and signing a few autographs. I mean, Rick Martel may not need the money, but I mean,
Well, you're going to get that kind of turnout when you don't do a lot of appearances, which obviously we all know Rick Martel does not. So yeah, his appearances are going to be very well attended because people want to make sure they get those in while they can. It makes me go back to what is WrestleCon going to do for WrestleMania next year? Being overseas, the war is wrapped up, I guess. So I guess green lights for WrestleMania overseas. Now, what does WrestleCon do? And what does AEW do? I'm really excited to see how all of this plays out over the next few months with the announcements that are going to be coming. But I'm really hoping AEW does a big event somewhere, like a stadium show. And I hope WrestleCon piggybacks right along with it. I'll consider it.
I bet you they go to New Orleans.
Oh, twist my arm. Come on now. Get the convention center for WrestleCon.
Yep. All right, let's head on over to Mattel. Defining Moments Ringside exclusives. Now, Ringside showed off quite a few different figures coming up. So we'll start off with the Defining Moments Ringside exclusive New Jack. Comes with kendo stick, a bloody head, staple gun, garbage can, and a New Jack shirt. That is the New Jack Defining Moment, as well as Cactus Jack. Now, I'm confused. Like, we just announced last week that Mick Foley was removed from that Monday Night War series.
Yep.
But now he's back into this line with the Defining Moment. So what figures are slipping out and what figures are being pulled back? Like, was this one too far into production and they were like, we can't pull this one back? So
I think so. Yes. I think you just nailed it right on the head. I think it was so far along. It's probably already packaged up, boxed up, ready to ship. And they're like, wait, we're not taking a bath on this thing. Just send it.
Yeah. That Cactus Jack's two shirts will be the Dungeon of Doom. It will have Shark and I can't remember. Oh, Beefcake, the Zodiac. And then the other shirt, I believe, was a shirt that was dedicated to Uncle Eric when he was in ECW, if I'm not mistaken.
Uncle Eric, you're talking about Bischoff?
Because remember, he was still kind of, if I'm not mistaken, he was still fawning for WCW years. And
yeah, Uncle Eric was Bischoff, right?
But didn't he have a shirt that was Uncle Eric?
Oh, good question. I don't remember.
I think that was the second shirt that was involved. Someone fact check me.
I think I heard that this is when Foley turned heel or when Cactus Jack turned heel or something. This is based off of that. That's why it's a defining moment.
Oh,
it's based off of that, I guess.
Oh.
I don't know what the New Jack with that specific event. It'll tell you on the back of the package, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's when Foley turned heel. Are you getting either of those?
I was never a fan of New Jack.
Okay.
It was cool that he came out to that song. That song was awesome.
That made the character, dude.
And they just played it on a loop. That was great. I don't know, because I do love that New Jack figure. He comes with staple gun.
A staple gun, dude.
So obviously you can tell where all for that budget went to that New Jack figure with all those accessories. Cactus Jack got two shirts.
They're cool looking shirts.
But anyways, I'm debating on that one. I'm not gonna get the Foley, but I'm debating on the New Jack.
Okay, I'm out on Cactus and 100% in on New Jack.
Okay, that'll go for your ECW shelf.
Yes, absolutely. I have Cena in the front row right now because Travis Fowler had 3D printed me an ECW logo that I have in front of the riser.
Uh-huh.
And in that front row is Sandman, Bigelow with the title, RVD, the defining moment that came with the two titles. or it was a defining moment that came with both titles. And then Cena from 06, the Cena, the Ultimate Edition, the all black with the hat. Yeah, that one is in the front row, almost as a sign of disrespect a little bit. But he's going to have to get moved for New Jack, dude. Plus, I have the Dudleys that came in from ringside, so they're going to take a spot. So Cena's going to get bumped back a little bit. Got it.
Also on ringside, a CM Punk Life figure.
Again.
Did you get that figure from Mattel Creations when it dropped?
No, I passed on it.
And so did I. And you know what? I'm glad I got a second chance. Immediately, FOMO kicked in because I don't know why I didn't get this figure. I don't know what I was thinking. I wish I would have gotten it. Now I get a second chance of getting it. Granted, it's not the same packaging, but I'm okay with that.
It's great, dude. It is such a good figure. I really do like it, but I haven't had the FOMO kick in. So it's still a pass for me, but it's an outstanding figure.
So that will be on ringside as well as the Coliseum Collection, Kane and Yokozuna. They're estimated for mid-July to be in. You in on those?
No, I'm still a little angry. Nah, not even a little angry. I'm still mad at Mattel for doing the bait and switch on us like that it was going to be an LJN centric line. And then I love the idea, but we had that discussion. I wish they'd have pivoted away from Coliseum Collection and called it like Legacy Collection or something like that. And then done these amazing looking packages. I don't want to take anything away from the packaging team and the job that they did on this line, but I wish that they had just gracefully ended the Coliseum Collection and started something new and called it the Legacy Collection or something similar, and then started off with those incredible packaging jobs that they're doing. Kane and Yoko are easy passes for me. Was never a big Kane guy, and I've already got a Yoko in the collection, his Ultimate, so I'm not going to duplicate it, and so I'm good on those. Those are easy passes for me. I just hope that at some point they pivot back to LJN.
Also shown off, LJN, CM Punk. It would be CM Punk with his white Chicago Ringer t-shirt. $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase from the LJN series, the original figure.
It's a dead ringer of it.
And Mr. Perfect, which rocked everybody. That one everybody went bonkers for, with the Intercontinental title.
A beautiful figure. I mean, as the man himself would say, it's absolutely perfect. I have zero complaints. He's in his orange singlet. I love everything about that figure. It's the perfect pose. If you had given me this figure in 89, oh man, he might have unseated Hogan or Warrior as champion. Like, that figure is that good. I love the straight mirror image of DiBiase to his LJN. The CM Punk is, for me, easy pass. I hate the pose.
I was thinking the same thing about the pose. I think another reason that you're not happy with that is because he has his t-shirt on.
Well, the fact that I don't play with them anymore, I can they're more for display now. I can get over that. But yeah, dude, young me would have hated that figure. I would have loved it and hated it all at the same time. I wouldn't have played with it very often.
Agree with you about the pose. The pose isn't the best.
Between the pose and the shirt being on, I'm like, I am out.
Yeah, not a fan of it. However, that is a figure I would get because it's CM Punk in LJN form. I got the one from Jazzwares when they came out with that one. I'll get this one as well. But again, I agree with you. Not a fan of the pose.
Got it. Are you in on DiBiase or are you going to pass on him?
TBD.
Okay. And then Mr. Perfect, I think, is a no-brainer for everybody that's in on the LJN line. Come on. How good is that?
100%, dude. It comes with the IC title. He's in the orange singlet. Like you said, that may have unseated Hogan back in 89 when we were playing with LJNs.
Yes.
That may have been the shocker that, the pinfall around the world for all of us kids,
Yep, exactly. That figure is just outstanding. It's everything you would want in 1989 if you were sitting in front of your LJN ring, picking out figures to have a match with as you're setting up your events or your matches. That would have been an easy go-to. The pose, the sculpt job, the singlet that they chose for him, the IC title, just everything about that figure is just, again, absolutely perfect. Now, the crazy part is I'm sitting at work last Friday, the day after we recorded, and I'm starting to see on social media these pictures that basically got dumped on our head because WWE Shop put them up for a sec and then killed the links. But some people apparently got to order them. So I'm going to wait for Target to put them up. And I've been not really doing pre-orders anymore, but I'm going to have to pre-order that Mr. Perfect.
since you had a little bit of problem with getting the Ultimate Warrior, don't skip out on that one, dude.
No, definitely not. And if I get the blue card, I'm probably going to open it, but only if I'm able to get the black card also.
Gotcha. Also, sticking with Ringside, sorry, I jumped ahead a little bit for LJ, and I do want to also say on Ringside exclusive, they put up the Jey Uso for pre-order as well. The Jey Uso, it's his WrestleMania 41. We saw it at Access, but it's Jey Uso with the 2 foam hands. He'll have the world title. He will have the vest. That will be up. That also has special packaging as well. So
yeah, the packaging's great. Packaging team at Mattel just kills it every time. You almost expect it now.
Yeah, exactly. The packaging team does a great job because, well, we'll get to that in a second. Also, Superstar Series 19, King Kong Bundy, Hillbilly Jim, John Cena, and Coco Beware, who comes with Frankie.
Nice. That's such a great set, dude. I love that Coco figure. Like, give me all the Cocos. I just adore the man. Like, I love his figures.
This makes me wish that this was on Mattel Creations, because the fact that it's such a pain in the ass to find these Superstar figures.
Yeah.
Still haven't seen Series 16 out here.
Yeah, it's a mess.
Thank you to Travis Fowler. Travis Fowler was the one that was able to snag him for me, but it's a mess, dude. So, like, please, if there's any possible way to put the Superstar figures up on Mattel Creations, please make it happen. That's one thing I wish we could just make happen. So
yeah, I agree.
This is an awesome set. I do want to say that King Kong Bundy does come with his traditional black t-shirt that would have Bundy stretched out on it. And Coco is in kind of like that highlighter, yellowish, greenish tights and he also comes with Frankie. So that is Series 19 Superstars. And in the biggest news, the news that no one saw coming, no matter how many predictions we put together at the beginning of this year for San Diego Comic-Con, all of us, unless you worked at Mattel or you had an in, did not see this one coming. This is the Mattel San Diego Comic-Con exclusive that is available July 23rd at 9 a.m. West Coast time. That again is on sale July 23rd, 9 a.m. West Coast time. It is a 3-pack inside a television, going back to the packaging team.
Mm-hmm.
Inside that television is the great Captain Lou, the great Roddy Piper, and Cyndi Lauper. Cyndi Lauper is in this San Diego Comic-Con exclusive.
Nobody guessed that.
Nobody guessed that. Unless you had an in or you worked at Mattel, nobody saw this one coming. No one could have predicted this San Diego Comic-Con. And this right here is in the fine tradition of San Diego Comic-Con exclusives. This is a great way to do a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Look, Cena was cool. The Shawn Michaels was a cool figure. You know, it came with the rope and you got to swing him. But this is the fine tradition of Mattel San Diego Comic-Con. They deviated a little bit, but they went right back on track with this set, with what a San Diego Comic-Con should be. A San Diego Comic-Con exclusive should be, I should say.
This one's in the true spirit of the No Holds Bar set, if you ask me.
Exactly. A lot of people would say, oh, but the Sergeant Slaughter wasn't. And you know what? To a certain extent, you're right.
Sure.
But this is exactly what a San Diego Comic-Con needs to be, is this type of outside the box thinking. Dress it up. Give us someone that we did not see coming at all in Cyndi Lauper in this set, and do an ode to something in wrestling past like this. It's going to be a shit show trying to get this set, because a lot of people are going to be on July 23rd at 9 a.m. trying to get this set.
There's crossover appeal now, right? Because they did a little interview with Cyndi Lauper, basically looking at the figure, talking about the set. Now you've got your crossover with Cyndi Lauper fans of her music to us wrestling fans who just want to complete a set in our wrestling figure collection. Now we're competing with them as we had to compete with the G.I. Joe fans when Sergeant Slaughter dropped. So good luck, everyone. It's going to be a bloodbath out there. Hopefully a lot of us emerge with a set of these so we can enjoy the Cyndi Lauper first time in the line. A true celebration of maybe the thing that put wrestling on the map and led us to where we are today with wrestling. Because without the rock and wrestling connection, obviously Hogan was what Hogan was, right? Not going to downplay that at all. but it was that crossover appeal, the MTV crowd that came with it, the rock and wrestling connection that made WrestleMania as much as Hulkamania did. And it was almost like a Mega Powers handshake between the two. Hulkamania, rock and wrestling connection. Now you're going to have both in your collection. And I think it's amazing. And I think the figure's great. And I saw people complaining about this because of course they were complaining, Jeff. I don't need another Piper in my collection. I don't need another Albano in my collection.
Was that the keyboard warrior that was complaining? Is that who it was?
Yeah, that guy.
That guy?
Yeah. I don't want to say his initials because, copyright and stuff.
Say his name and he appears.
Yeah, you got to say it 3 times.
We believe in keyboard warrior.
But yeah, people are never happy, right? They can't be happy they're getting a Cyndi Lauper. They're complaining because Roddy Piper and Captain Lou come with her. Get over it. Look at the packaging job. That's what you're paying for. You're paying for this amazing looking packaging. Buy 2 if you have to. Tim, I was talking to Tim and he was like, yeah, this is what I'm going to double dip on. Mm-hmm. Just you want one to open and you want one to keep in the package because the packaging team just absolutely, again, as expected, knocked it out of the park. And it looks amazing. Roddy Piper's a little bit different. He has like, I don't want to say it's like the Lex Luger shirt from his appearance on Nitro, his first appearance, but it's kind of a white puffy shirt.
Yeah, it's the Seinfeld puffy shirt.
Yeah, as Charlie Murphy would say, like, you know what department you bought that shirt in. And Captain Lou is shirtless, so it is different from his Legends figure that came out like a year ago. So there are some differences with those two. If people are really grousing about having to get a Piper and a Albano, they're a little bit different. But the Cyndi Lauper obviously is the driving force here. And being able to have something representative of the rock and wrestling connection in your collection, the connection in your collection, I think it's fantastic. And I think a lot of people are going to try to get 2. Good luck getting 1. Mm-hmm. I hope everybody listening is able to get one. I hope it's in plentiful supply that Cena was not in when his figure came out, that sold out right away. I hope everybody that gets one or everybody that wants one gets one. I don't know that that's going to be the case because nobody had this on their bingo card for 26. If you say you did, you're lying. And again, kudos and a tip of the hat to Mattel. This really brings back those feelings of the No Holds Barred set from a few years ago, that it gives San Diego Comic-Con that magic again.
Mm-hmm. Good point. Just talking to some people, Brian from the Legendary Wrestling Figures, as everybody knows, he is a LJN guy. He loves the big rubber guys. He loves the LJNs that have been coming out.
An LJN carne asada, if you will, Jeff.
Why, he's full of man meat? Which he is.
Or connoisseur, I'm sorry. Connoisseur.
Yeah.
Not carne asada, my bad.
No. Although the Enchilito's back, you should get some carne asada on that.
That's where I'm going right after we finish recording.
How'd I know? But Brian's like, wow, I thought I was out on 6-inch figures, but this actually got me. So he's going to be in on them. Talking to Christopher Dean. Christopher Dean was like, I basically need this. I need this in my life.
How many times have we wish listed, not just us, but listeners, wish listed a Cyndi Lauper?
Yeah, exactly. That was one of the famous people that we wanted,
Yep.
Although we didn't mention her a couple of weeks ago when we were talking about, we want Pete Rose, we want Mike Tyson, and even talking to Baracus. I was talking to Keith. He said, this opens the door for more celebrities. He thinks.
I hope so. I hope he's right.
And he said, Mike Tyson, he hopes that this opens the door for numerous people to come in. Rodman. So maybe this does open the door for more celebrities, and maybe we'll see more celebrities at San Diego Comic-Con. But just talking to a lot of people and the excitement that this drew, a lot from us old heads. And I mentioned Christopher Dean. I mentioned Brian from the Legendary Wrestling Figures, me included, you included. A lot of us old heads were like, oh my God. And we're sitting there pinching our nipples, like the dude from Waters
vigorously.
Yeah. Like the dude from Waters Boy, Water Boy. But literally, dude, like all of us were just like, holy shit, this is great.
Yeah. Yeah. It's incredible. And you've got to think, now that they've got her in the fold, I forget who it was that said it, but I think it was the perfect suggestion. Does she end up in the LJN line?
It would fit.
It would fit. The Superstars line?
It would fit.
Yep. A retro?
It would fit.
Yep. Just the possibilities are endless now. I don't think you're going to get an Ultimate Edition Cyndi Lauper. Let's not get carried away. But there's a lot of possibilities here that I really hope it's not a one and done. I hope that there's more to come from Cyndi Lauper in terms of figures, in terms of a Hall of Fame induction. And I really hope Keith is right that this does open the door for names like Tyson, Rodman, Drew Carey, Pete Rose. Yep. Yeah, just, the list is almost endless. Dude, if we could get a Bob Uecker, I know we've talked about it numerous times, getting a Bob Uecker, that might be actually higher on my list than Pete Rose, to be honest with you, because of his WrestleMania appearances way back in the day in the tuxedo. It would just look so good next to Gorilla and Bobby. Mm-hmm. He's probably number one on my wish list now that Cyndi Lauper's off. Mm-hmm. I think Bob Uecker's probably my number one wish list.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if any more celebrity names pop up in that San Diego Comic-Con booth in July. But way to go, Mattel. Hit it a home run on this one.
Totally.
It felt like the past couple years were, it almost felt like for the Cena, it kind of had to be done. It was his last run, his last year.
Sure. That's why I guessed AJ Styles for this year. I was like, okay, they're probably just going to follow suit,
I think I went off the rails on mine.
I think you said Dink.
No, I didn't say Dink.
Maybe Friar Ferguson. I forget who you said.
I didn't go that far.
Teal Hopper.
Again, this is right back on track. The packaging team, I'll go back to them, give them their flowers for the TV
Absolutely.
that they did. Just everything about this set screams WrestleMania 1.
Yes, it does. It does. You can put Cyndi Lauper right next to Mr. T and Hogan and Muhammad Ali. And that is your moment in wrestling that completely changed the trajectory.
Yeah. So again, I'm excited about this. I'm hoping that this continues for next year, the year after, because it kind of was, I don't want to say deflating, but it kind of was like, oh, Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 12. We've gotten that figure before, it was kind of, and then we got the Cena and we kind of understood it, but it wasn't what we really wanted,
This fell flatter than a plate of piss, as Jim Cornette would say. But
also, this doesn't really reach to the younger kids, unfortunately.
Funny you mentioned that.
Oh, go ahead.
Tim texted me with that. We were talking yesterday, and he said, what percentage of wrestling figure collectors do you think actually watched that all go down? Meaning like the whole build to WrestleMania, the pomp and circumstance, the rock and wrestling connection. How many wrestling figure collectors right now, what percentage of them do you think actually watched that go down and lived through it?
Man, that's tough to say, because you got the parents buying the kids the figures, but how many times can the parents get like all the figures?
When knowing that we're the demographic that's carrying toys right now, but how many of us were of age to have watched that go down?
I would say about maybe, that's hard to say, dude.
See, I went more than half. I said 60%, roughly 60%.
I would probably go about 45 to 50.
Okay, so you're sub 50.
Yeah, I'm kind of sub 50.
Okay.
Reason being is because you still have the new gen fans. Like, how many of the new gen fans watched it?
Right.
Attitude era fans. How many of the Attitude era fans? What's that breaking point? Where's that line where people were like, oh, I remember something about it, but I didn't watch it or anything. I mean, it's cool, but
yeah. So there's a lot of maybe like former wrestling fans that are still living, but they're not collecting wrestling figures like the rest of us, you're saying.
True.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. So I don't know. I'd say sub 50s, but overall Mattel is going to have no problem selling this thing out.
No, dude. Nope. This is one you're going to want to be on at 9:00 when it goes on sale. And I wish everybody the best of luck. If you want one, I hope you get one.
Yep. All right. That's where we're going to round out the news. Also, check out our podcast and buddies, the TB Toycast with Travis and Breaker, Positively Pro Wrestling Podcast with Steve and Eric, Legendary Wrestling Figures with Brian. Brian was concerned about you last week, dude, with those fires right down the road from you.
Ooh, yeah. That was stinky.
It was stinky.
No, it was not pretty, dude. And it was gross. So the wind, because people did reach out. I want to thank everybody that did reach out about the fires. The wind, the day it happened, the wind was blowing towards Patterson, which is kind of going away from Tracy. So we could smell smoke, but it wasn't overwhelming in the neighborhood. Well, a day or two later, the wind shifted and started blowing it towards Tracy. I left here, I want to say it was Friday night, the night after we recorded. I was going to McDonald's to pick up dinner for Peyton. and it was like the city was foggy. And it was like 80 something degrees outside, but it was like it was foggy outside, and it was just the smoke hanging over, and the smell outside was horrendous. It was so gross. I have no idea what we were breathing in. It was a medical supply place that went up. So
FedEx and a medical supply, they shared the same building.
Yeah, so there were robots in there that have those lithium ion batteries that you need to just let extinguish themselves. You can't put them out. So that was burning medical equipment. I don't know what kind of chemicals were blowing around. People had debris from the fire in their swimming pools, in their yards. It was just, still is a mess. But yeah, thankfully we're fine. And I appreciate everybody that reached out. Thank you.
Also check out Work the Arm podcast with Jeff and Jamie, Pod Subject Exchange with Nick Dunham. Thank you, Nick Dunham, for getting that warrior for Scott. Trivia with Buds with Brian Budge, Chick Foley Show, and EJ and Rucker discussing all things wrestling with Boot to the Face. All right, Scott, that is it for the show for episode 443. Anything else?
Yes, real quick before we wrap it up, I just want to say
543. Sorry.
I just want to say, I don't know what everybody believes in out there, but if you could send some positive vibes, some love Peyton's way. As I mentioned, she'll be at Nationals next week, but it's my fault we're cutting the show short tonight because I need to be there for Peyton because we are saying goodbye to her kitty cat tomorrow. She's had her since 2014, since she was like 3 months old, 2 months old, something like that. Peyton was 4 when she got her. So Prim's 12 and a half now. Primrose is 12 and a half now. And we've got to say goodbye to her tomorrow. So I've got to be there for Peyton, and it's going to be a rough day for her. And then she goes right into Nationals next week. So it's horrible timing. She could use all the positive vibes and love right now. So if you guys could extend those to her, just throw it out in the universe. She'll catch it. But I've got to be there for her. So I'm sorry, guys, that we have to wrap the show up. But with that said, stay safe, stay healthy. Big Lessons 2016. Happy toy hunting, and be good to each other out there.
Man, that's the worst part about owning an animal is making that call and having to say goodbye to them.
I hate it.
It's the worst. I mean, they're so devoted to you, and they love you, and they do, they're right by your side during hard times. You're up on a couch, they're on your feet. If they're cats, if they're dogs, you get down on the floor with them and you're
such an asshole, dude.
What?
I love that Big Dave and I are sending you pictures of our dogs on the couch.
Hey,
and you're like, bad dog.
I put that one dog up on the couch at work. But no, that's the hardest part, man, is they're always there for you and they're by your side for 12 to 16 years, depending on, the lifespan. Hopefully you get the 12 to 16 years out of them. But it's the hardest part, and understand completely what you guys are going through because it's not easy, man. It is not easy.
No, there's going to be a lot of tears shed. It's been a rough year for Peyton too, and in addition to losing her grandmother and Papa, our dad, and then now her cat, those are like three people essentially that were very, very close to her, especially Grammy, who lived with us, and then now she's losing her cat. It's really beating her up, and then losing Papa. She's just like, what did I do to piss off the universe? Like, what is going on? So, in a 16-year-old brain, that's a lot to process and it's a lot to go through, but she's the strongest kid that I know. Honestly, she's been through a lot, and she's a trooper. She'll battle through, we'll make do. And of course, Shannon, I told her, when you're ready, we can go look at another cat when you're ready. So, we'll add to the family, of course, but, it's going to be time to say goodbye, and it's going to be very tough. So,
but yeah, we're all thinking of you guys tomorrow, or if you guys when you guys hear this on Sunday, please reach out to Scott for well wishes and all that stuff. So anyways, for episode 543,
you already said it.
457. I had to do meth. 457 to 1,000. Adios.
Yeah. Fullyposeable. Let's go.
Jeff and Scott, the Toon Brothers, busting out the ring. But we don't take it out the box, MOC. Happy toy hunting, we'll see you next week. We're the OGs of WFP. Fullyposeable, thank you all for listening. It ain't no storyline, real life siblings. So everybody go and do your toy spotting. Hashtag Fig Life, adios from the Kings.